What's good? Welcome back to another video. Today, it is nothing but Tarkov. That's right. Yep, your one and only Escape from Tarkov. By the way, they had drops this morning. If you missed Nikita, I'm very, very sorry to hear that because you could have scooped up a few drops and literally they were dropping like every 4 to 5 minutes. It was crazy. There were several of them. But anyways, Nikita goes live to talk about all the things that he was super proud of to see everybody doing inside of Escape from Tarkov, and just, you know what, he feels like it's going to be a lot better because, as you know, this game is still in beta, as it says right here on the screen, but it is coming a long, long ways. Everybody loves the game, especially Dr. Lupo. He is absolutely just a beast at this game. But anyways, and by the way, that's who he tried to raid in the end with 80,000 people. And if you got like over 30,000 people, you can't raid somebody on Twitch unless you do it the old style way, is by, spamming the link in the chat and asking everybody in that chat to go watch, that link real quick. But long story short, let's dive on in. What we're going to be talking about today is a few tips for beginners, because if you're a beginner and you have no idea, which I've had this game for about 2 years now, and you have no idea what you're getting yourself into as far as settings, I want to walk you through those settings and help you out, because you know what? Maybe you're running on a very, very high setting and you had no idea. So first off, you want to load up the game. And if you don't know where to buy this game at, just go to escapefromtarkov.com. You can go to Google and search Escape from Tarkov. I promise you it's going to pop up. And it is going to tell you hey, do you want to kind of pre-order it, whatever, because it's still in beta. And it's probably going to be in beta another 3 to 5 years. So no need to feel like it's coming out of beta anytime soon, but it's a great game. Now, are you going to feel some lagginess? Are you going to feel a few errors in the game like you might get, through out of the game, during the middle of it, or, pinging a very high number? Yes, you're going to see that, but hey, it's okay, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to load up and hit settings down here in the right-hand corner. I'm just going to walk you through the settings that I have and the settings that are absolutely amazing. So you know what, I would recommend you trying these settings. If you don't like them, you know what, that is super fine. And if you want to try to come back at me saying, hey, these are not the best settings, hey, whatever works for you works. But I'm just throwing it out there for the beginners. And if you're somebody that's already got really good settings and you're rocking them, they're different than mine, then guess what, you probably aren't going to like my settings, because that means you've already been playing it a while and you're probably not considered a beginner anymore. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive in. Beginners, go ahead and choose your name up here, up to 15 symbols. All right, so of course your interface, whatever language you speak. Your main menu background, we're going to run the lab. Now, quick slots, we're going to keep it on auto hide. Some of this stuff is just your own personal preference. Let's say, as far as your stamina and all that, I keep it on auto hide. You can do whatever you want. Health condition, same thing. Your health color, I put monochrome. Now, like I said, run it the way you want as far as game personal preference here. Highlight available operations, I do run it on everything. Your notification channel is going to be default. All right, now as far as the boxes done here, I did uncheck every one of the boxes because you don't want your automatic RAM cleaner running, or only use physical cores. Leave all of that off if you want your game to run smooth. As far as your aiming dead zone, we're going to run it at 0, and your FOV is going to be at 75. You want to crank that up. Now head bobbing, hey, let's put it at 1.0 because you want that head bobbing to come flowing in there. You can hit save right now if you want to, but it's going to go ahead and back you out of the game, and you'll have to click on the settings at the bottom and come right back into it. All right, now let's go ahead and move over to graphics. Depends on how many screens you're running. You could be running a 1440p, just whatever suits you and whatever you like as far as your main screen resolution. That's what you'll run, which I run mine at 1920 by 1080 right now. Now, the screen mode, I do run it at full screen. That is another personal preference, but I will be honest with you. If you run this at full screen, then it is going to turn out to be a lot better for you, because you're not going to, see a little bit of the skip frame stuff, like the glitchiness inside of the screen. Is it going to make a major difference? Probably not, but I think this is best. Now, if you're one of them people who's got, 5 or 6 monitors like I do, and you want to swipe from one screen to the next without having to hit your Windows key or escape, etc., then you know what? Do whatever you like. Your aspect ratio, of course, 16:9. VSync and multi-monitor should be off, so do not check those. Overall graphics, we're going to put it on the third little spot right here, okay? And it's going to be custom. Now, let's get into texture quality. You want to run your texture quality at high, okay? There's different options, but keep it on high. Let's run your shadow qualities low. You always want to keep the shadows turned all the way down. Your object LOD quality, let's keep it at 2.5 with the overall visibility of 1. 1000. Now, shadow visibility, here we are again. This is going to be at 40. Crank it all the way down. We don't need those shadows in there throwing us off. Is going to be TAA, and you got your resampling coming through at 1 times off. Now your HBAO is going to be off, along with your SSR will stay off as well. Your anisotropic filtering is going to be perf texture, and then you've got your NVIDIA Reflex low latency on and boost. Now let's talk about that before we get any further into the settings here. As far as your NVIDIA Reflex, if you're rocking a RTX graphic card, then I would suggest you throwing on your Reflex, because is it going to help you? Yes, but there's another trick to this, and I'm going to show you as we back out of the game. Most people probably run the on and boosted, but you can have it turned on all you want to, but it's probably not even working unless you've went into the actual settings on your computer and you've actually turned this part on. Now, are you probably going to notice a difference? Absolutely not. You'll probably not even recognize it. You'll be like, well, why did I turn it on? There's just no point of it. But if you have it, I would totally recommend you running it. It's kind of like one of those moments of, hey, I got one of these amazing graphic cards and I've got this feature, whatever. Could I run it? Of course, if it's going to allow you to run it and it's a bigger, better feature, run it. Okay, guys? But like I said, if you have something under an RTX, so if you're still in, you know what I'm saying, like your GTX and just all of this, just pretend we didn't even see this, I would just keep it off. All right, now your sharpness, we're going to run it at 0.7, along with your lobby frames per second. We're going to crank it up to 60. Now your game frames per second limit, I've got mine at 144. Go in and look, if you're somebody that's your internet and as far as your monitors, etc., you can only run about 120 frames per second, whatever, then you go ahead and put it at whatever is best for you. That one is, another personal preference, so I can't really decide on that one. But if you've got the internet, you got the monitors, the PC to push it, then crank it up to 144. Down here at the bottom, you want to make sure that you uncheck every single one of those. No noise, no crom, no Z-blur, high quality, grass shadows, MIP streaming, and no flash indicator. You don't want any of that. All right, don't forget to save it if you want, or you can wait. Go to Post FX. At the top, you want to go ahead and click Enable Post FX. Go to Brightness, leave it at 0. Your saturation is going to be 31. Clarity's at 82. Your colorfulness is going to be 100. Your Luma sharpen is going to be 10. Your adaptive sharpen is going to be at 3. All right. Now, this is actually going to help you as far as colors and everything inside the game. You want to keep some colors turned down and certain colors turned up, as far as quality of higher, so you can see things further out. I promise when you load up into the map and everything, you're going to see that it runs a lot smoother and that things actually look a lot better. Now, let's go into the color grading. Cognic is one of the top #1 players for Tarkov, okay? So I would suggest you run in Cognic because, some people probably have, K506, Zabit, all that. So I would run, Cognic for this because that's just exactly what you want to run inside of Tarkov because it is the best. Now, intensity, you're going to keep it at 0. Colorblind mode, I don't run a colorblind mode. Some people like to do that. I wouldn't advise it for this game. And then you want to keep your intensity at 0 there. Moving over to sound, let's talk about sound. Sound is another personal preference thing depending on what headset you'll be rocking. Of course, myself would be rocking the SteelSeries Arctic Pro wireless. So if you've got a better or somewhere similar headset, then you could base it off of these settings, but you don't have to. As far as your character voice, of course, you want it to be authentic. Your overall volume, I've got mine set on 70, runs perfect for me because it's not blaring in my ear. Now, interface volume is going to be 10. You don't want your interface turned up too high and blocking out the sounds of footsteps and all of that. Your chat volume and music volume, to be honest with you, it does not matter. There is no in-game chat. But if you'll come down here and look where it says voice volume and microphone sensitivity, they are in the process of working on this. Do I know when Nikita will get this through in the game? I have no idea. But this does go to let us know right here that it is being worked on, and soon, hopefully, it will come into the game as to where you can actually talk inside the game. But as of right now, it's a Discord, Gilded, one of those things. All right, now your hideout volume, I keep mine at 30 because you don't want to go into hideout and it be extremely loud and you miss out on, everything as far as in, you're in the middle of looting someone or you're swapping out your weapons and you overheard that sound and you didn't even, catch somebody running up on you. That's why, as far as your interface, you want to keep your interface turned all the way down. So, interface, let's say if you're in the middle of someone's loot box or you're actually searching that body, you know how that it makes that little clicking sound whenever you actually pull something from someone's bag or pocket, or actually when you're rotating your gun out? You want that sound to go all the way away, as far as my opinion. Now, if you like that sound, you keep it, but please keep in mind when you do keep that sound, this one here, you're not probably going to hear the person that's about to run up on you that you had no idea that was even anywhere around. So try to turn the interface down. And when you go back into the game, you're probably going to notice, like, dude, I didn't even know I picked that up because I didn't even hear it. That's a good thing. Honestly, it really is. Now, down here on the bottom, the music on Raid In and the other one, this is 2 boxes that you need to uncheck. They actually added this into the game, the Ben Ario or something. I'm not really sure how they say it, but anyways, it is not working at the time. It has been announced that this is actually messed up inside the game. It's causing a lot of problems inside the game. So I would advise you right now to just go ahead and make sure that you uncheck both of these boxes. That way it helps you out inside the game and it doesn't throw up any kind of errors and you start hearing, any extra sounds, because it's been causing a lot of extra sounds in the game that really wasn't actually taking place and throwing other players off. So make sure that, you just go ahead and uncheck those. When it comes to controls, you can pretty much do what you want to do. And I've also had people ask me recently, hey, is it possible to actually roll your mouse wheel like you would if you was inside of another game? Can you roll your mouse wheel to be able to change out your weapons? And yes, that you can do. If, like, right here, this is a switch between sights. So it'll show you all of that. But if you go right here where it says lean right, lean left, I just keep mine at the E and the Q. You've got your fire, which is your left mouse button, your aim. But if you'll just keep scrolling on down, like, you can change this. The interact is F. You can throw a grenade, which is G. But I also have it my mouse button, which is where my thumb goes. So you can go over here and you can actually change this out as well. Of course, you can reload your weapon that way. And let's see, we'll go on down through here and you'll be able to actually see that if you wanted to, scroll the mouse wheel, you could. Let me see if I can find it over here. Right here it is. So if you'll go weapon on sling, weapon on back, and secondary weapon. So you've got the mouse scroll negative, and then you've got your mouse wheel down, and then mouse scroll positive. Now this one doesn't have to be mouse wheel down. I just clicked on it just to see if it would actually hold. But your weapon that's on your sling, and then your secondary weapon is the main two things you want to, kind of get together, because when you roll your mouse wheel, it automatically rotates it out. You don't have to hit 2 and 3 real quick at the top or hit V to pull out your knife. You can also change up your knife and all of that. So go in, check all this out. This is just, personal preference and, whatever you may like. Then you can go into your phrases and do whatever you want to do with all of that. That is totally up to you as well. Don't forget to hit save at the bottom. Once you've hit save, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit the Windows key. And I want you to come down to the search bar on the left down here. And I want you to actually type in where it says graphic settings right here. And once you type in graphic settings, if you're one of those ones that actually has the RTX graphic card and you want to get the NVIDIA Reflex, you need to make sure that this is turned on. And when you turn this on, I'll be honest with you, it's going to tell you to reset your computer. This will not work until you have reset your computer completely. So just go down, search graphic settings. When it comes up, make sure you turn reduce low latency and improve performance. You'll need to restart your PC to have your changes take effect. That is true. So once you turn it on, reset your computer, you'll be good to go. You can actually come back into the game, go back into settings if you want, unless you've done it, a few minutes ago. So once again, the RTX graphic card, which is NVIDIA Reflex low latency, you can do the on and boost. But if you don't have the RTX, to even push this, then I don't recommend you messing with it. You can leave it off. And as far as your graphic settings, leave that part off as well. Guys, I hope you've been enjoying this whole moment of me trying to help out the beginners. If you are a beginner, I hope you fall in love with Tarkov, and I hope you've hit the subscribe button, drop the like on the video, and ring the bell for notifications. And hey, we got a lot of giveaways coming up. Super excited about it. Y'all know where to share it to. Share it to your neighbors, your peeps, your homies, your loved ones, and most of all, share it to my #1 haters. That way they'll continue to be our #1 motivators. Guys, don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and we'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.